Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Grand Lux by Ciro Marchetti. Website for them, usgamesinc.com, if you're interested. Supportive Oracle cards. You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website for them, rockpoolpublishing.com.au, A as an apple, U as an umbrella. Okay, what do we have for Scorpio? What's... Okay. The first thing I kind of pulled into was like, I feel like I'm getting this like, oh, here we go again energy. Like, I've already done this. I don't want to do this again. I feel like well, the Nine of Pentacles is what you're dealing with. Sometimes this is like something is taking its own. Something is taking something back. Either it's a person or it could be job, especially because it's a pentacle. Something dealing with finances. Where somebody's pulling something back from you. They're taking something back. They're retrieving something. Like maybe you've had control over it over a while. Maybe they gave you something, but now they're reclaiming it and they're saying, I'm going to take this, Scorpio. I'm going to keep this for myself, Scorpio. This may be, if this is a relationship thing, somebody's pulling it back or pulling away from you. I don't think, if you're in a relationship and like somebody's pulling back, I don't think they're leaving you, but I feel like they're disconnecting from you. And again, I'm getting this feeling of like, here we go again. We've already been through this. I don't want to go through this again. It does say past lives, which there could be a past life connection. I'm not going to negate that out. But it's kind of like, I feel like I've done this before with this person or this situation, and I don't like it, and I don't like when this happens. It feels like I'm being pushed aside, or I'm being almost like reprimanded because they didn't like how I did something, so they're now pulling back from me, trying to like make things difficult for me. And it does seem to be blocking me. When this energy pulls back, I'm just trying to be sure about this. It seems to be more comfortable pulling back. But again, I don't think it's going to release you, but it's pulling back. It does feel like a control thing. Which, you know, if this is hitting, you know how that is. If this is, I mean, it's a general read, if it's linking up with you. They're pulling back, but they like it. They like having this control back. But is this good for your connection with them? Especially if it's a business thing. Is this good for you? And I feel like that's the question, because when they pull back and they have more control like that, they do feel a lot more empowered. They're a lot happier with this. The question is, what is actually going on? And like, is this something where you can direct your energy somewhere else and kind of like, all right, they want to do it, then just let them do that, and I'll go do something else? Or is this something where they're controlling you, and that's toxic? Is this toxic, or is this kind of like, all right, if that's what they want to do, it makes me uncomfortable, it makes me feel like I'm less valued, but then I have to pull back and like, am I less valued, or is it just something they're going to do from now on? So for example, if this is a connection with maybe somebody you take care of, and they're taking control of their own life, and they're becoming stronger and doing something like that, but you're very used to doing this, but it's kind of like, well, we've done this before, and they only do it for so long, and then it starts falling through the cracks, and I have to pick up the pieces again. It's kind of like, well, can we empower them and just maybe help them keep an eye on it, and keep them doing it, just keep an eye out for them. If it starts slipping, just give them a heads up, like, hey, that's slipping. Don't let that happen. You don't want this to go down. It's in your control. You want to keep it in your control. To keep it in your control, you got to keep it successful, so keep going. Or is this one of those things where it's like, you know what, they should be doing that anyway? But it's kind of like, yeah, but they screw it up sooner or later. Like, should they be doing, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Like, if we step away and this was happening to other people, would we say that was a good thing or bad thing? Because I feel like I'm stepping back, but I feel like they're pulling something away from me. It feels like I'm being like, I feel like I'm being reprimanded or something almost. But the thing is, if they want to pull that back, let them keep it. Maybe insist that they keep it. All right, you're going to pull that back from me again? You know what? Then keep that. I'm going to go for something else, or I'm going to do something else. I'm going to go a different direction. Take that extra time you have and put it in a different direction. Kind of like, all right, you don't want me to have that. I'm going to change my situation around so I can't take it back. So you better succeed with it, because I'm not going to have the ability to take it back. I'm not going to have the time. Which I know Scorpio is very dynamic. If they at least don't think you can take it back, that's the thing. You can change things around if you want to, if you really want something back. But if you at least make it look like you don't have the time for it anyway, so like, all right, you want that back, it's yours. And then you fill up your time where, well, I couldn't take it back if I wanted to. At least that's their perception. Use that to your ability. Because I'm getting kind of like, hold the line. They want to take something back, make sure they keep it. You don't want me to have that? They don't want Scorpio to have that? Okay, that's yours then. And then don't take it back later if they change their mind. In fact, don't even wait for that. Just set up your life so it looks like even if you wanted to take it back, you couldn't. You wouldn't have the time for it. Again, I know you're saying that a lot, but it's kind of like, it's going to change the dynamic here. Because I feel like whatever they're doing, I don't think it's bad for them to own it, whatever it is. But if they're going to own it, they need to literally own it. And okay, then it's yours. Then it's yours. Because I feel you're keeping an eye on it, but I feel like it's kind of like, I'm not going back towards it. I don't want it. They don't want me to have it. I'm not playing these games anymore. It's not for me. You don't think I should be a part of that? Okay, cool. Then I'm not. Then I'm not. That seems to pull out the energy here. That's also for you to become at peace with it, to get out of this yo-yo energy. Because I feel like I get pulled back and forth a lot. Here, I'm cutting the string. No more yo-yo. No more yo-yo. Cutting the string. We're done. I'm not saying you're going to like that at first, but I do feel like it'll rebalance the energies here. And I do feel in long term you'll feel better. Long term. Maybe not right away. Maybe it feels foreign or out of place, but it will feel better down the line. I'm getting some other cards here, and I'm just waiting for the energy to kind of come in, because I feel like they're going to pull a weird energy here. It doesn't seem to work for you. It's kind of like they want to lead on their terms when it works for them. And they kind of take it moment by moment, and when it's better for them, they lead, and then they're like, oh, I'm kind of bored of this, or I don't like this part of it. Since I don't like this part of it, let me see if Scorpio will do it. And it's kind of like push-pull. It's a yo-yo thing. They do what they want. They lead when it works for them, and they're like, oh, I don't like this part. Then they try to then they'll pull you back in again. We want to stop that. If they're going to own it, they need to own all of it, not just the parts they like. All of it. Because I'm getting this, like, they need to own the whole thing. Like, the one coming in with the Two of Wands is kind of like, they can't switch on and off. If they need to make quick decisions, that's on them to make that work, but not to keep pushing it back to you and it doesn't serve their purpose. That's why you want to make it look like you're busy, too busy to help them, too busy to be a part of it. So they won't even ask. I'm trying to see if there's rough energy there, but I'm trying to see, like, what else are we supposed to do with it? What else are you supposed to do with it? I feel like if you do, because you're going to keep your eye on it and see how it plays out, but I also feel like Scorpio is very dynamic. That doesn't work for you anymore. You're not going to do that anymore. If you make it at least look like you can't, like you don't, like if you make it look like you don't have the time anymore, you fill up all this space, like, couldn't help you if I wanted to, sorry. Other things are going to start rotating in. Other opportunities will come your way. So, okay. So at first it may look like you can't, and you may have that outwardly motion, but the longer you do this, you will switch things over, and at some point you'll be so far away from that situation that you really couldn't. It's kind of like, if you, it's, the way I'm looking at it is like if you live across the street from somebody, and in the beginning you could go in and help them and do this and do that, but then you change things around, and then all of a sudden you move halfway across town, you can't do it as much as you used to, and it's becoming more of, it's like it won't work the way it used to. And then if things keep going even farther, the longer it goes, like you went from moving across town to moving like 3 cities away, now it's really not really likely you're going to do that anymore. You're going to keep moving yourself farther and farther away. It's kind of like first you'll move yourself halfway across town, then you'll move to a couple cities away, and then it's going to be like I'm in a whole different place in my life now. I couldn't pick that up. I'm so foreign to that situation. Even though I probably could struggle through it, I've got so many other things going on. I'm so far away. It's not really feasible for me to do that anymore. You will kind of transition yourself out. It seems more on your terms, though. I don't feel upset about it. It's just kind of on your terms. Kind of the further you get away from it, the better you feel. So you just keep that distance going until you're kind of like, well, I'm doing a whole different thing now. So their thing is their thing, and that's on them. I'm not going to do it. They wanted to play that game. I just got sick of the game, stopped playing it, so that's the end of that. Hope they're happy. I don't think that's bad. I really don't, but alright. Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you again for watching, and you have a great day.